Hi, I'm Selena, and I did my informational top speech topic on the forgotten genius Heidi Lamar and the woman who changed technology. You most likely have heard of Alexander Graham Bell or Thomas Edison, but have you heard of Heidi Lamar? I hadn't either until I started researching. She wasn't just a famous Hollywood actress, she was also a brilliant inventor who helped create technology like Bluetooth and GPS that and the technology that makes those possible today. Women like Heidi Lamar rarely received credit for their ideas, and their work often went ignored, or stolen, or brushed off because of sexist beliefs about what women could or couldn't do. And today I want to talk about who Heidi Lamar was, what she created, and how sexism in science kept her and so many other women from receiving the recognition that they deserved. Heidi Lamar was born in Austria in 1914 and became a huge movie star in the 1930s and 40s. She was known as one of the most beautiful women in the world at that time, but that label often overshadowed her intelligence. And outside of acting, Heidi was obsessed with how things worked. She loved learning about machines, inventions, and problem solving. But people didn't take her seriously because of her appearance. They just saw her as an actress or someone who couldn't contribute to science or technology. And while everyone focused on her appearance, Heidi was quietly working on something that eventually changed the world of communication today. During World War II, Heidi came up with the idea called frequency hopping, and that was a system that allowed radio signals to switch frequencies rapidly so that enemies couldn't jam or track them. She worked on this invention with a composer named George Antheil, and together they received a patent in 1942 for it, but the US Navy ignored it at the time. Decades later, her technology became the foundation for modern communication systems like Wi Fi, Bluetooth, and GPS. And according to the National Women's History Museum, Lamar's invention paved the way for wireless communication used globally today. So basically, every time we connect our phones to Bluetooth or get on Wi Fi, we're using something that traces back to Heidi Lamar's ideas. What's sad though is that Heidi's story isn't unique. History is filled with brilliant women whose ideas were ignored, stolen, or credited to men. For example, Rosalind Franklin produced the famous Photo 51, which showed the structure of DNA, but Watson and Crick got the Nobel Prize for it. Lise Meitner helped discover nuclear fission, but her male colleague took the credit. And these women's intelligence wasn't nurtured, it was suppressed by a system that didn't want to believe that women could be inventors or scientists. Heidi Lamar is the perfect example of why women should never be put in a box or limited to one role. She proved that women can be brilliant, creative, glamorous, and scientific all at once. And Heidi deserves the recognition not just for her beauty or her acting career, but for her mind and the mind that made our modern wireless world possible today. Her story is inspiring because of her genius, but also frustrating because she never got the credit she earned while she was alive. And the next time you connect your Wi Fi or use Bluetooth headphones, you can remember that Heidi Lamar's legacy is still going on today. Thank you.